This is Taya Graham reporting for the Real News Network in Baltimore City, Maryland. Baltimore is a city defined by inequality, but now a series of proposals are under consideration to address this. The question is, will they succeed? At City Hall, recognition that the process of government itself has produced entrenched divisions between rich and poor and black and white.
We have another story here today we don't like to talk about, and that Baltimore is a hyper-segregated and a city that has a lot of inequality.
Is why people are searching for ways to address them.
The first bill would actually create an equity assessment program for the city of Baltimore, ensuring that every city agency assesses their programs, their policies, their procurement, their hiring practices. The city's capital projects will have to go through an equity assessment program to ensure that from now here on going forward, the city is looking at everything that it does through a lens of equity.
Councilman Brandon Scott says inequity is a byproduct of governance spread throughout a variety of city agencies, which is why he has a bill that would not only assess the problem, but create a charter amendment that would fund solutions pegged at 3% of the police budget, which translates into roughly $15 million.
But it's also going to take investment in dollars into dealing with the inequities across the city, be that racial inequity, be that gender inequity, be that income inequity. And we have to do that through tax dollars, and we think that's why it's important for us to have, in addition, the equity fund for Baltimore City, so that programs, organizations, and the city itself can spend dollars to deal with those issues directly.
The Real News has reported on some of these entrenched inequities in the past. We investigated on how an inclusionary housing law has languished without funding.
Out of 10 units being built in this city, 6 of them should be affordable housing units based upon our tax base and based upon the general population. We're not drawing anybody in. We're keeping those in who can't afford to leave.
And how tax breaks continue to bolster development of luxury apartments around the Inner Harbor, while less affluent communities go without.
I do think that this is a major step forward, that this is a real infusion of significant funds into doing permanently affordable housing.
But a coalition of community organizations says the lack of affordable housing is exactly what their plan will address.
So the question becomes, will we collectively create a concrete program for action? One that is serious, one that rises to the challenges we face. Today marks the beginning of a new path that we have paved, a new path our city can walk down with us, a new test for us, for Baltimore, a test of true democracy, a test that will answer how we will do development without displacement in our neighborhoods.
Which is why they gathered at City Hall to push for a law that would create a permanent funding stream for a $20 million affordable housing fund.
For 20 years, I was able to call Remington my home until my landlord sold the property out from under me. It was brought to my attention that Remington had become in the now. And so housing prices were up and I was out.
The group hopes to use a tax levied on real estate transactions to make the $20 million available annually to build affordable housing and refurbish vacants.
And I know talking to a number of community members that are interested in accessing this funding, that's what they want to do. They want to take their neighborhoods back and get rid of these vacants, put people back to work, and make sure that the development benefits the people that are living in these neighborhoods.
Efforts that have wide support on the council.
Neighborhood development is the key to increasing Baltimore's population, decreasing vacant homes, and improving our local economy. I'm happy to partner with Chairman Bullock and the rest of my council colleagues to boost an agenda for affordable housing.
But still lacks full endorsement from the mayor.
So we have had some initial conversations with the mayor. We look forward to having more discussions around this. We know that she has ponied up for some money for the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. But we definitely know we need some more, so we're looking forward to having more conversations about it. She has not signed on to this proposal, I know, but I do know her team has been in discussion with us.
It's another measure that would change the process of governance that produced the city's stark divide between rich and poor. The question is, will it succeed? This is Taya Graham and Stephen Janis reporting for the Real News Network in Baltimore City, Maryland.